I said I was going to give everybody an update on what these solar panels right here actually produce. I told you I was looking at them in one of my videos and I didn't know what the shorted and open voltage was. But on them Mighty Max 100 watt panels, on an open voltage, they're 22.8 volts, 5.95 amps per panel. So all three together would be 68.4 volts. And this is only three panels tied together at 5.95 amps. That's three panels. All right, now when you short them to charge, they drop from 22.8 volts down to 18.2 volts. And they drop from the amperage from 5.95 amps down to 5.49 amps. So when I'm getting out, or supposedly supposed to be getting out there, it should be 54.6 volts shorted. And then with both of them tied together, both sides, all six panels tied together, it should be 10.98 amps coming out of them. Well, y'all seen yesterday in one of my videos, it was only producing maybe, I think it was like 7. I know I told y'all about 8 amps. But, when I get the other solar panels up over yonder, I mean, they honestly supposed to be producing right at, when I put all 12 of them up, they should be like 21.96 amps. But you're never going to get the true wattage and the true amps out of them. But I know I showed y'all at least 7 amps. The only thing I can think of that might be causing why I'm not getting the amperage that I'm supposed to be getting out of them is because them right there, only 2 of them were new. They was in a box. The other 4 were sitting out here in front of my house on the pole for almost like 2 or 3 years. Well, them ends, I never hooked them up. I put them out there. I was going to hook them up. I never did get around to hooking them up because my mind changed. I decided, change everything about my solar, from my sheds to my home to everything. So I started rearranging everything. So I took everything in my house completely out. I don't want no batteries. I don't want no solar. I don't want nothing in my house at all. There'll be a small transfer switch in my laundry room back here, which will go out to the shed that I got to build. That's going to be for all the solar for the house. And it will be tied to 2 things. It will be tied to a 5,000 watt, a 5,000 watt inverter, split phase, and in my generator. And I'm going to have a transfer switch on that back there, where one will be for that inverter and one will be for the generator. But while they were sitting out here in my front yard, you had dirt dauber nests and all of it got right into the ends of it where you connect them on the MC4 connectors. So between maybe the sun not being just right and maybe me not cleaning them ends out when I hooked them up out here, maybe they might have some trash in it. So I ordered me a can of cleaner, electrical cleaner. So I'm going to clean them ends out when that right there comes in. But I mean, y'all can see as of right now, I mean, I'm at least getting 7 amps out of the first 6. So maybe when I clean it up, maybe I can get close to 9. So then I'll be getting close to what they're actually supposed to be producing, right at about, 10, what was it? I said 10.98 amps is what, all 6 of them are supposed to be producing. But if I can get close to maybe 18 amps out of it, then I say I got my money, because all these panels came from Walmart. I mean, I bought them online. They came in, and each one of these panels are something like, I think $79, $80 a piece. So there was like $1,200 just in solar panels right there alone, just in them. So, so the grow watt, the batteries, everything, I mean, they might be close to about $3,000, if not more, out there in all that stuff for doing all that shit. But I wanted to let y'all know, I said I was going to give you an update. I couldn't read it that day real good because, kind of like you, Mike, I didn't have my old man glasses on. I wasn't looking up there, so I got to looking at it yesterday, took a photo of it, but that's what it's supposed to be producing. I mean, I'll pop a picture in right here of it and add it to this video right here to where everybody can see. But they're doing pretty good. I mean, they're close. Like I said, 7. They're supposed to be producing right at about 10, like I said, 11 amps. I mean, I'm getting close. That's like 400 watts I showed out of it out there yesterday. But as close as I get. The only thing I can do is just clean them ends up. That was it, you know. And I went out there and I cleaned all the solar panel fronts off with, you know, some soap and water, washed them down, and that was on a good clear day. And that's about all I can still get them. So maybe just the MC4 connectors may have some dirt and stuff in it. So I'm gonna take them back apart when this cleaner comes in and clean all them connections and wire it all back up. But I thank y'all. And I also told y'all, you know, both of my sheds are off grid. Well, you know, I was wrong. You know, it's not just two sheds that's totally off grid, because this main shed I just got through putting that grow water in, it just, you know, that's where my power came in from my power pole. But hold on a second, I'll see what I'm talking about. All right, that's my main garage, and my power pole's right there. So my power came from this pole, went into that shed, went into my main breaker box inside of it. Then it came from that one right there, and then it went back over to this shed right here too. So that grow water in there is producing power for the shed right here, for the power inside of it. And that one, which is housing all my Christmas stuff inside of it, it's got a camera in it, you know, a light, that's about it. And then the power comes from that building right there on the side of the building. It comes across, comes into this building right here. Then it comes out on that side of the building. Then it goes to my poo deck and comes around on the top right there, which goes to my pump out here. So it will be supplying, like I said, it will be supplying out of this one shed all the power from there. And then it'll come across and go to that. And then whatever I don't use there, it will go to my poo. But I was going to tell y'all, these batteries, from what I got to looking at, yeah, on these batteries, what I got to looking at, their max charge amps are like 40 amps. And I think the charging current or voltage is like 55.5 volts. But the total discharge is the max discharge before the BMS inside of it kicks out is like 40 amps. And standard charging is like 40. And then, well, so no, max charging is 40. And then max discharge is like 40. But standard is like 30 amps charging. So, I mean, I'm right there at that borderline right there. So, I mean, it's doing good. So, I'm really surprised. I mean, last night I had it totally off grid and the battery's still charged. So I can't complain too much about that. But I wanted to give y'all an update on that right there and just show you what I was talking about. Okay, to sum this up now, them batteries are set to charge only to 49 volts. The cutoff on them, from what I'm understanding, is like 42. That's the cutoff. So that's what I've got the grow watt set in order to do them right there with. And I got lucky enough that I said if 3 panels was not going to be enough to charge them, then I would have to go to 4 panels and tie 4 of them together, which would only give me out of 12, 3 separate panels, which would only be 15 amps. So since I was able to make the 3 work, now I'm going to have 4 sets of 3s, which makes 12, which will give me closer to 20 amps if I can get it to actually give me the 20 amps, because I won't run into that same kind of problem, you know, maybe Dirt Dauber Nest and these other ones, because they're all sitting in the shed. They're all brand new, never been out of the box. So when I put them up, I ain't got to worry about it. But if I'm not mistaken, I've showed y'all in there what the solar panel voltage coming in is. It's like 51, sometimes 61, but it's got enough charging current coming in order to charge the batteries just to where I'm charging to like 49, because the cutoff is saying on the batteries like 55.5 volts charging current. And then it states the max kind of charge is like 51, or the floating charge on it's I think it was 51 volts. So I set it to exactly 49, just a little bit under it, because I do not want them being totally all the way up. So this is going to work. So I mean, I'm going to actually be able to use 4 sets 3 panels in order to do this. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it because I wanted the amperage up at least high enough, at least to keep them charged, for what little bit of time during the day that I'm able to have the sun on the solar panels to give maximum charge. But that seems like that's going to work. But I was going to give y'all an update, show y'all, what was going on. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. Bye-bye.